Oh my gosh, you guys, so sorry. This is Erica from the Classic Climb blog. I didn't even realize the button had been pushed. Holy crap. We'll have to trim that on the way back. Look here. Basically, this whole video is about someone I saw on Facebook. I'm in multiple, let's just say over 50 Facebook groups, maybe even more at this point. And this person has a business, makes 150,000 a year, is 20,000 back IRS taxes, and wants to buy a home driving a brand new car, just got a brand new car, SUV actually. And this is the problem with the Facebook. This is the problem with all these Facebook groups is people want to show you their high credit score so you can pat them on the back. But if you ask them how they got it, if you ask them what did they do, what are they making their payments on time, if you ask them several questions, they're angry. How dare you question a credit score, right? Because then if you really dig into it, they've got a thin file. They've got like a car and one credit card from Macy's. So of course they got a 620, right? And no debt, no college loans, no nothing, right? They've been working at UPS or something. Those people get angry when you ask them about their situation, but they want you to pat them on the back. And this is the type of environment we're living in America, where no one can kind of question you like, hey, you have 6 kids out of wedlock. Let's talk about that. Don't you question me. Kids are a blessing from God, girl. Don't you question me. You're like, I'm just trying to figure out why you keep having children and you can't afford them. Just trying to figure that out, right? Or a man that keeps moving back home with his mom. Why don't you live on your own? My mom, you mind your business. I can live here with my mom if I want to. Yeah, bro, you're 40. There at some point, you know, potential is cute at 22. Potential is cute at 32. But many studies show women aren't that interested in marrying around 38 to 40. Why? The men. And it's because that man is already who he is. That man is straight up who he is. That man is not doing no major changes. That man ain't changing careers all of a sudden for you. Like he is Earl or Fred or whatever his name is at 38 years old, and you're getting the package you're getting. And so the potential thing is attractive when people are younger because there's a potential to turn. So same goes in these Facebook groups. So in this particular Facebook group, a person is a business owner, makes 150,000 a year, has 20,000 back taxes, and they just bought a brand new SUV. Then they go, you know, I want to buy a house. Boo-boo, you doing that backwards. You don't buy no brand new vehicle, then say you want to buy a house. Everybody knows that. So, you know, then, you know, people keep asking her questions. Why don't you just pay it? It's 20 grand. You make 150 a year. Well, I have to live off that money. Let's do some math here. 150 a year, y'all. Anybody in the comments, please feel free to tell me how much. And she works for herself. So we're not talking about taxes being taken out before. We're talking about end of the year taxes come out. So what is she making every month if she gets $15,000 a month? Feel free to put that in the comments. Feel free to put that in the comments. Yeah. She's making 12,000 plus a month. All right, now here's where, when I'm on this channel and I'm asking you, do you have a hustle or do you have a business? This is what I'm talking about. Now, if this woman's making 12 grand a month, well, she could just take a pinch of maybe, let's be honest, let's even go low. She could pay 2,000 a month for 10 months and IRS bill be done. She could take 2,000, go get a IRS attorney, and he could chop that 20,000 to 10,000, and she could be done in a few months and paid off. But here's the problem. People want to live the dream while they're building the dream. So she maybe started her business and she's selling things. So it's like her business could be $500,000 business. But the fact that she's putting so much money into a brand new SUV, a brand new SUV, and not reinvesting in the business, you know, that's the problem. You know, like when you're talking to someone and like she was hostile to everybody in the group because the answers were pretty much the same. You had 150 different people commenting saying, you need to cut your budget. You guys don't understand. I live off this money. No, we know you live off this money. But again, here's where I'm saying the difference between a business and a hustle. If some of you guys have hustles out there and you're, you know, doing whatever, flipping cars, you know, selling things online, t-shirts, legitimize that hustle. Go to the bank, get business lines of credit. I talk about it. I teach it in my courses. Do an over consult if you need to. But that's the difference. If you tell me you owe $20,000 back taxes, first thing I'm going to say is take all your sales proceeds and pay it off in the next 2 months, 3 months. Because you should have, keyword here, why would I say that? Because you should have a $30,000 line of credit. If you're making $150,000 a year, you should have 1 or 2 banks offering you a $30,000 line of credit. Or you should have 1 or 2 credit cards that are in the $30,000 mark. Now, here's what I'm going to presume is happening, because she shut down the whole thing. She would not let anybody else comment. She got pissed. She shut it down. The key here is she doesn't have that. Her credit note is like $600 for this SUV. So I can already tell you your insurance on a brand new SUV truck is going to be anywhere from $200, $300. So she's shelling out $1,000 a month right there on the truck. Now, if she's got kids, I'm telling you right now, she's probably already shelling out $2,000 on a place to live. Minimum. You know, these things are adding up. It's just like common sense says, you wanted a house, you know the rule, don't buy anything new for 2 years. Or let's even say 1 year. She even said one time, the reason I got in trouble with my taxes is I marked down everything down to $45,000 a year. So what bank is going to go, you're making $150,000 a year, but really you're only taking home $45,000? The math there, boo, the math there. There's too many write-offs. Like on this channel, I encourage you to get write-offs if you need them. But at the end of the day, that's lifestyle creep. And that's not properly structuring a business. So a lot of times the book, I don't have it right beside me, but The Illusions of Entrepreneurship, the one I've been posting on Instagram, entrepreneurship is so low because people won't do the foundation right. And a majority of the people who do start businesses are people who are in between jobs all the time, people who don't want to work for other people, and their incomes usually never go over $100,000 a year. The average prototype of a person starting their own business is a 40-year-old white dude who is married with a wife that works, and he starts something low tech, and that's warehouse, business to business, construction, lawn care, window cleaning, you name it. You know what I'm saying? So what we think of all these young millennials and young black women are starting businesses at 6 times the rate. What I think is happening is a lot of African American women who has a sister with a hair salon or has beauty face treatment stuff is just now documenting. They're not just having it at the hair salon and not talking about it. They're documenting it. They're putting it on IRS forms. They're showing the income sales, and they're growing those businesses bigger. And it's not just that. If you go look up blackdemographics.com, just an example just of one segment, society segment, it'll show you that out of the 2.6 million black owned firms in America, majority of them are construction and healthcare. So it's like Jerome with a construction company that's making a lot of money, or it is a healthcare center or home healthcare services or a medical supply company. So when I say medical supply company, I'm talking about a warehouse, and they do business to business sales. So it's not all this internet, Facebook flashiness, right? And the woman does sell cosmetics, but at the end of the day, like, that's the whole point. Like, your business could be 2x, 3x. If you sell $12,000 worth of money in a month sales, and you took $10,000 and threw it back into advertising, buying more products, so it'd be cheaper, all this other stuff, you could have money. Got money. So why do I share this? Because there's somebody out there, maybe not my people who watch me, but there's somebody out there who's making 150 right now, and they're broke as hell. Studies show people making 6 figures, 6% of them have no savings. And many people say, well, Erica, those people live in New York, they live in Maryland, they live in Ohio, they live in California. No, those people live in Texas, living too big. Those people live in Florida, North Carolina. They live all places, living too big. So look, I'm going to hit in these comments, but tell me some of y'all feedback on there, because this is what I told her. But you guys give me some of your feedback, what you would tell her. I literally said, hey, you need to go clean up your credit. Got this truck on there, and you need to go to banks and get business line of credit so that you can keep your business floating and going. So that's what I told her. But you guys definitely let me know what your thoughts are and feedback on this. This was going to be a short rant because it's raining outside and I want to go out there. Got my yoga pants on, I'm ready to go, but it's raining. But like, that's the problem. We're in a society where if you try to tell people, if you do it the right way, you make the money, right? The long-term money, not just now, and then your business goes under next year, but the long-term money. There are people who 4 years ago, almost at this point, said, Erica, let's all start YouTube channels and we'll do this and do that. And then we went to a seminar and they were all hyped. Who started it? Me. The rest of them didn't. 4 years later, man, you really did that thing. Yeah, because you can't just talk about it. You can't just do 2-3 videos and then quit. You have to be committed, right? And I just think as I was watching the progress, if I can talk, in my own life, I just was like, I wonder how many people are in that boat with me. They went to college, they got some skills, they're getting a high paid job, and they're like, what's going on? Where do I put my money? How do I invest? How do I level up? How do I get ladder income? How do I get mailbox money coming in my box all the time? I'm trying to get, there's a t-shirt company in Florida, and I'm hoping he can make this mailbox money t-shirt. So we'll keep that posted because I just want to wear that all the time. And then people ask me, what does that mean? I think that'll be fun. So anyways, also, if you saw my Instagram today, I was talking about ground floor, where you can start with $25 investing. Is very similar to Lending Club. There's going to be a video dropping in probably an hour on how to choose Lending Club notes. It's not going to be live. I already pre-recorded it, but I wanted to show you my account. You're not going to see my money. You're going to see just the how you can pick from different notes and the criteria I do. So it's a quick one. I think it's like 6 minutes, if that. But it shows you, because a lot of people say, well, Erica, what if this person doesn't pay their money back? How do I know who they are? Man, that's going to show you their credit score. It's going to show you their job, where they live-ish. It doesn't show you the exact address. But, you know, this is not just a stranger, hey, give me $1,000 and they walk away. So that video will be dropping later tonight. Also, I'm going to be doing a video. It may be pre-recorded. Sorry. It's going to be, can you retire off $300,000? And if you've been seeing some of the previous videos, then you know possibly the answer. All right, we're going to go up in here. David Tillery, hello. Maurice Ellis, Jackie, General Knowledge, Black Knight Coding. I was going to say $5K a month and 4 months and done. Yeah, but that's where people have to have room in their budget. Or even if she had a credit card. Now, I hate recommending credit cards. I don't like recommending that way. I'd much rather if she had a credit card, she'd use it for inventory for her beauty products. But, I mean, could get it done, could get it paid off. Jackie, I agree. Common sense is not so common. It is not. And I think what happens in a lot of these Facebook groups, when people give them all the same answer, they're offended because it's like the truth is hitting them in the forehead. And they're like, damn, that did make sense. You know, and then they're mad and they want to cut all the comments. You're like, boo, it's already out there. You know the truth. You're upset. Same thing when I get people, now don't take this personal. I'm super conservative. If you watch this channel, you know I am. Don't take it personal. When people say, well, I want to buy this house with my boyfriend and it's going to be so lovely, Erica. I would like to buy it with him. And I go, you're not married. Put that mess in a contract, because this is what happens. And I'm not trying to be ugly, but 90% of the cases where people are dating, the woman ended up moving out several years later and has no money. Like all the money she put into that house, that's it. Because it's not like you were married and a judge can go, you guys are going to sell this house. 9 times out of 10, couple breaks up, the woman leaves the property. I don't know why this is, but the woman leaves the property and she's just out of money. That's, and I'm a realtor. I used to be a realtor. I'm not active right now, but bro, I've heard this story so many times. When I say it to you and you're in Facebook groups and a million people are saying, why don't you get married? And you're insulted, or you say that's just a piece of paper. I tell them to look at newspaper articles where every year there's, you know, multiple articles of some woman being put out of her house and fighting in the court. There's even gay couples, as they're getting old now, fighting in court with the other dude's kids and family because, well, you know, you weren't married. But you have proof on this house. Sorry, is your name on the deed? Okay, well then y'all can make them sell. That's it, you know, these things are common sense things, and I think when people get pointed out to the truth, they hate it. It's America. They want to rebel. And I just had this whole conversation about authority, right? And like, I'll give you a funny example. The guy was like, think about this, Erica. We live in the United States. The United States told Britain to blank off. I live in Texas. Texas basically tells America all the time to blank off. They fly the flag at the same height as the United States flag. And all the time say, we can go back to the Republic of Texas if we wanted to. Then on top of that, I live inside of Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas, sometimes if you talk to people, they go, I'm an Austinite. They don't even say they're a Texan. They go, I'm an Austinite. I'm from Austin. You're like, Austin, Texas? No, Austin. It's so crazy. Okay, and then inside of that, you know, just different organizations here that are independent from independent other things. It's just so crazy. And so there's a place for authority and there's a place for rules. And if I'm all about, you know, I'm not a rule follower. You guys know that in this show. I like to break rules or try to be flexible, but there's some things that fall under authority rules, and common sense is one of them. that people don't seem to have. All right, Black Knight Coding. Yeah, you can't fall into the trap of increasing your lifestyle to max out your income. You always need oh crap money. Let me tell you, when I worked as an apartment manager, we would have people come in, moving together as a couple, and the apartment was very bare. It was like a couch and a bed, and they're just working together, young couple. And by the time they left, the apartment was full of crap. They had 2 brand new cars, and they're like, "Oh, we're moving out because we're buying a house." Boo, y'all have already lifestyle crap all the way. Like, you got 2 new cars while you lived here for a year. You got your apartment's full to the brims of junk. You're gonna move in a house, and what's gonna happen is you're gonna be in debt up to your eyeballs. So that's what's gonna happen. So lifestyle creep is a real thing. So she said, just sell the new car and be done with the IRS debt and get a Humpty Dumpty take AB. That's the thing. We want to floss. That's why I hate the Facebook, Instagram. I'm an entrepreneur. Tell me what you sell and show me your sales. And people are like, "Oh, Erica, you got a business, but you don't show me anything." I'm like, dude, I've shown you more than enough on this channel. A bajillion different examples of crap on this channel. And if you take the courses, you've seen my information. So, okay. Anyways, the key here is, why we don't need to floss. I mean, I made it very clear in my post on Facebook, is like, I drove for pizzas in very wealthy $1 million house area in Arboretum, Texas when I first got here. And I was like, oh my God, I just lost my coffee shop. And then I came here and I was getting ready to start another business, and I was like struggling. And you see that on the channel, if you go far back enough, like, I was doing all this, trying to make it make it do what it do. Got my real estate stuff. I was a real estate manager. And I would go drive in the crappiest neighborhood, and it'd be the crappiest apartments, about to fall apart, CD apartments before they started kind of really throwing money into Austin. And it'd be Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Dodge Rams, Ford 150s. Like, I'm talking about chrome bumpers, you know, Dodge Chargers with rims. I mean, to the T's. And then they'd open the door, it'd be a big screen TV inside of a raggedy rundown apartment and a brand new leather couch. And you go, are y'all for real, man? Are y'all for real? For real? That's the dumbest. That's the dumbest. Then you go to this $1 million area of Austin, and you go, wow, my God, this house is amazing. Look how big this house is. And what would be in the yard? Now, sometimes you have a Range Rover, Mama's Range Rover. Sometimes you have a soccer van, but 90% of the time you have a Toyota Camry, old style. #1 car in Austin is a 1999 Toyota Camry, I think. Yeah, in Austin at the current market, like what they have so much of. The old style Lexuses, the old style Hondas. And I'd be driving this neighborhood like, these people are at $1 million house with an old Lexus out front. Because that's not where the money is. The money's in the house. The money's in the investment account. She's driving to Costco in an old Lexus, and she's just racking up whatever she wants in her grocery cart, and she don't care. But you at Costco counting pennies, like, if I just get 2 more items, oh my God, oh my God. Yeah, that's the difference. That's the difference in money and credit. And people don't realize when I'm talking about credit on this channel, I have sat in offices of people who just broke it down to me. Yeah, like, I have $1 million in business lines of credit and probably $1 million in credit cards, without even blinking. Showed me documentation, showed me paperwork, and didn't even blink. It's just crazy. It's crazy. So anyway, let's get back to these comments so I can finish it out, because this is going to be a short one. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm ranting. Cosmic Wisdom, why she bought a new car. I know. I don't know where people get that from. Vegas is full of that. Look rich, but are the ones 1 month away from losing it all. Man, my friend's in Vegas, and I really want to go check it out. So we'll see if that happens this year. All right. Maurice, amen. Rockwell, hello. Trying to start a beauty supply business was denied because of 16 inquiries. Boo. General knowledge. This happens often, but also it could be a thin foul. So I don't know what's on your report. So just, you can hit the links below for consulting, and we can chat, and I can see your reports. It's up to you. But it always depends on what's going on there. It always depends. And how much you ask for the first go around. What else is on your credit? Because sometimes I've had people with lots of inquiries still get business funding. Now, when you see people talking about, I want 100,000, 200,000 in funding, these are people who make high incomes. They're not people making very little income. They're people making high incomes. But your first rounds, we can get that 50,000 in that first round. And what people don't understand is, if you rely on one bank or one business bank, that is cutting you at the neck. So Anyway, if you guys, this was a short video today. It's just a short rant, but always try to correct the foundation. Try to get the business line of credit, try to get the business credit cards, try to stack it so that you're not in a position like this woman, 20K in IRS debt. So everybody, this is Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Guys, check out the Lending Club video later. You guys have a great day.